Hello my dear students, how are you? Last time we talked about the present perfect simple. We did some activities in our student books. Today we're going to do some activities in our activity books. And these are pages 47, 48, 49 and 50. So please open your activity book, page 47. Let's begin. But before we start, let's remember the rule was present perfect simple. In the affirmative, let's take an example of an affirmative statement. You have never watched a movie in the cinema. This is the affirmative form. In the negative form, you have not or you haven't watched a movie in the cinema. And in the interrogative form, have you ever watched a movie in the cinema? This is if the pronouns or the subject can be one of the following pronouns. You, we, I, or they. Or a plural word or noun like the students, for example. So what about the third person singular pronouns like he or she or it? Or if we have a name of a person like Layla or Sami or Ali, and if we also have a singular noun, so here we use has never or has never watched. So he has never watched a movie in the cinema. In the negative form, we use has not. So we say he has not or hasn't watched a movie in the cinema. And in the interrogative form or to form questions, we say has he watched a movie in the cinema. So again, we use has if we have pronouns like he, she, or it, or with singular words like the student, or the names like Samir, for example. And here, the T at the beginning of the sentence normally is capital letter. Okay, now we are going to start the activities. Okay, so now we are going to look at page 47, exercise 2 in our activity box. Page 47, exercise number 2. Grammar. The present perfect simple. Complete the text with the present perfect simple form of the verbs in brackets. So we have verbs in brackets. We're going to write the correct form of these verbs. So let's do it together. It is difficult to say what Stonehenge looked like because people have taken. So this is the first blank space. It is done, have taken. Now, so people have taken half of the stones away. Experts dash give different dates for the building of the Stonehenge. Experts, what do we say here? It's a plural noun. We can say experts. Very good. Have what's the word again? Experts have given. We don't say has because it is plural. So experts have given different dates for the building of Stonehenge. Recent theories dash suggest that people did not place the first stones until 2400 to 2200 BC. So, theories have suggested. Theories have suggested. Now we're going to see number 4. For centuries, archaeologists believe that people used to go to Stonehenge to observe the sun and the moon. So, archaeologists, it's plural. What do we say? Very good. Have believed. Now, we're going to do number 5. However, experts, so it's plural, experts show that it was probably used as a health center and as a place for burying dead people. So, here we have show. So, what do we say? Very good. Have shown. Have shown. So, we have answered the exercise using the present perfect simple tense or verbs. It was easy, right? Okay, we're going to move now to the next exercise. Is your book with you? Okay, so we're going to move to the next page. It is page 48. And it is exercise number 3. What's this in the picture? It's a stamp. Is it a new stamp or is it an old one? It is somehow an old one, and it has a Stonehenge picture on it. So what are we going to do here? We're going to rewrite these sentences, the sentences here, in the negative form. So we're going to form negative sentences. Let's have an example. It is number 1, or sentence 1 is an example. So Stonehenge has always looked the way it does now. We want to make this sentence negative, so we add not after has. So what do we say? Stonehenge hasn't always looked the way it does now. Now, what about number 2? Can you do number 2? Let's read it first. Different experts have given the same dates for the building of Stonehenge. If we want to see it is actually number 2. Number 2 is here. So different experts haven't given the same dates for the building of the Stonehenge. This is the right answer. So you need to rewrite it here in this space on your notebook, or activity book. Okay, now we're going to see number 3. Are you with me? Okay. For centuries, archaeologists have believed that people used Stonehenge as a health center. So again, we need to write have not, right? So what would the answer be? Here is number 3. For centuries, archaeologists haven't believed that people used Stonehenge as a health center. Now, number 4, here. Number 4 is here, right? So, recent studies have confirmed what archaeologists said in the past about Stonehenge. The negative form here is recent studies haven't confirmed what archaeologists said in the past about Stonehenge. And the last one, or the last sentence, is people have used Stonehenge as a home. So how can we make it a negative sentence? We need to add not here. So the answer is for number 5. People haven't used Stonehenge as a home. So this exercise, as you can see, is about forming negative in the present perfect simple. Okay, it is an easy exercise, right? So now we will move to the next exercise, and it is in the second section, the same page. So please move with me. We're going to do exercise number 1. So if you are ready, let's see. What does the exercise want? Complete the text with the present perfect simple form of the verb or the verbs in brackets. Let's read it again faster. Complete the text with the present perfect simple form of the verbs in brackets. So here we have verbs in brackets. We're going to do them or to write them in the present perfect tense. Before we do that, I will read the text first and you complete it with the missing word or words or verbs while I read it. Qais is a Jordanian town which have many names over time. It was destroyed by an earthquake and people not occupy it since then. Qais is a strong citadel on the top of a hill. A street from the east to the west of the city with holes on it made by chariot wheels remain until today. Qais become a popular tourist destination. It allow people to see attractive views, including sights from Syria. Now let's do the exercise together. So we're talking about Qais. Qais is a city. So it is one city, and if we want to refer to it, we would say it. That means we're going to use the third person singular pronoun. So Qais is a Jordanian town which have. So what's the right answer here? The right answer is has. The right answer is for number 1, has had. So this is number 1, which has had many names over time. It was destroyed by an earthquake and people, what? Not occupy. So we say people have not or haven't occupied it since then. Qais is a strong citadel on the top of a hill. A street, one street. A street from the east to the west of the city with holes on it made by chariot wheels dash remain. So one street, what happened to that street? It has remained. Now, number 4. Qais dash become a popular tourist destination. Qais, it, what, has become a popular tourist destination. It dash allow people to see attractive views, including sights from Syria. So it dash allow. It has allowed. Okay. Now we are going to move to exercise number 2 in our activity book again. Page number 49. This is the exercise, as you can see, and we have a table. So write the questions with ever. So remember that when we have questions, we use the word ever, and their answers. Use the present perfect simple or the past simple. So we can use 2 tenses here. Be careful. So Nawal, this is Nawal, and this is Hamad. When we have a tick, that means the answer will be yes or affirmative. When we have a cross, that means we're going to answer in the negative. Let's read the table together. Go with friends to a football stadium. Where? Amman International Stadium. Here we have a tick, but here we have a cross. The second one. Experience an earthquake. So, here we have where? Near Belzec, southern Turkey. But here we have a cross, so it is a negative one. Travel to Saudi Arabia. No, but here when 2 years ago. Take photo of ruins. We have tick, so that means yes. Nabatee's ruins, Petra. Here also we have yes. Where? In Angkor, Cambodia. So let's see the first one. Has Nawal ever gone with her friends to a football stadium? So yes, she has. Where? Where did she go? She went to Amman International Stadium. Now, what about the second one? Dash Nawal experience an earthquake. So, how do we make a question? Very good. We say has Nawal. Now, remember in questions, we're going to use ever. So has Nawal ever experienced an earthquake? Yes, she has. Where was she? So where was it? It was near Baltic in southern Turkey. Now we're going to do number 3. Travel to Saudi Arabia. Here we have no, here we have yes. So how do we form a question? Has Hamid ever traveled to Saudi Arabia? The answer is yes, he has. Yes, he has. So when we want to ask about the date of traveling or the time, so what do we say? When did he travel? When did he travel there? He traveled there 2 years ago. Now let's do number 4. Dash Nawal and Hamid take photos of ruins. So in order to form the question, we need to start with have or has. Since we are talking about both Nawal and Hamid, we're going to use have. So have, let's rewrite it. Have Nawal and Hamid taken photos of ruins? How do we answer this? Yes, they have. Yes, they have taken, yes, they have. That's it here. So we stop here. Now let's complete. Let's continue. Where does she take her photos? We're asking about Nawal. So I will write the answer here because the space is small. So let's draw an arrow. What do we say? Where did she take? Did she take? Where did she take her photos? At the Nabatean ruins in Petra. Now, what about the next one here? What about, we're asking now about Hamid. Where did he take his photo? At Angkor in Cambodia. So I hope you could answer this exercise by yourself and look at it again. Try to copy the answers in your activity book. Okay, if you have finished, we can now move to the next exercise. In our activity book again, it is exercise 3, page number 49. Are you ready? Okay, let's have a look at it. In this exercise, you are going to write questions using the present perfect simple. Also, or then, you are going to answer them. So let's take sentence 1 or example 1 and have a quick look at it, how it is formed. People dash or slash Stonehenge, a citadel, or a health center. The question is, have people used Stonehenge as a citadel or a health center? Now, here we have Stonehenge, a health center, we have tick. That means the sentence here is going to be used as an affirmative one. But a citadel, we have a cross. So that means we're going to make it a negative. So let's see the answer. People have used Stonehenge as a health center. They haven't used it as a citadel. Now we're going to have a look at number 2. So we have people, Stonehenge, place for burying the dead, or a campsite. We have here the answer with tick, and here we have it as a campsite with a cross. So let's first form the question. After that, form affirmative sentence and negative sentence. The space here is small, so we're going to see the answer in the next slide. So it is number 1. It should be 2. So have people used Stonehenge? Oh, sorry, it's not number 2. So let's look here again. It's number 2. The answer is in number 2. Here, have people used Stonehenge as a place for burying the dead? People or the dead, or as a campsite? So the answer is in the affirmative case. People used Stonehenge as a place for burying the dead. They haven't used it as a campsite. So, okay, let's now do number 2. People, Stonehenge, place for burying the dead, or as a campsite. So, what is the question? And the answers will be as the following. Stonehenge, to bury the dead, will be the affirmative sentence. A place for burying, Stonehenge, place for burying the dead here. Then we have a campsite. So a place for burying the dead is with a tick, and a campsite is with a cross. So this is going to be the negative sentence, and this is going to be the affirmative sentence. So let's have a look at the answer. So here, the answer is here. People have used, the question will be first, have people used Stonehenge as a place for burying the dead or a campsite? This is the question. Now, people used, or we can say also have used, because we don't have time. So people have used Stonehenge as a place for burying the dead. They haven't used it as a campsite. Again, people have used Stonehenge as a place for burying the dead. They haven't used it as a campsite. Let's go back again to the exercise and have a look at number 3. people leave or destroy anchor. Anchor, leave. Here we have the affirmative sentence. Destroy is the negative sentence, or the word that indicates negation. So if we want to make it as a question and to have the answers or the answer for it, we're going to look at number 3. Here, have people left or destroyed anchor? People have left anchor. They haven't destroyed it. They haven't destroyed it. Now the last one is people build Machu Picchu, Mexico or Peru. This is going to be the question. So the answer will be build Machu Picchu, okay. With Peru, we have a tick, but with Mexico, we have a cross. So here, it's going to be formed with the affirmative sentence, and here, we will form it with the negative sentence. So let's have a look at the answer. So the question first will be, have people built Machu Picchu in Mexico or in Peru? People have built Machu Picchu in Peru. They haven't built it in Mexico.